back to Ghostbusters Afterlife, Basement Video Podcast.
After dark.
What? We're not naked. Pour one out.
For the homie.
The rest of my Bebsy.
A quarter of a
you want mine?
Pepsi.
No, I don't want yours. You're just my sneaky link, dog.
It's my stanky leg,
Yeah, I
dog.
want to see your stinky leg. Why did I close this?
I don't know. You're drinking it.
What am I going to do? Suck it right out of his little ween hole?
Suck it right out of his...
You seem
Does
to
the
like
straw
that.
actually go
You seem
into...
to like that movie enough.
Where does the straw go in through?
Into a hole in front of him.
Yeah, in front of
Okay,
him.
okay.
So it almost looks
Oh,
like
look
you're...
at this guy. He's got a podcast.
His name
His
is
name's
Podcast.
Nicole said, I am him.
I was going to say, I bet John was like, I relate to this kid.
Because they were like, why do they call you podcast? And he's like, I call myself podcast because I have a podcast.
And then I
was
just,
like,
and then I just hear
"That's
Nicole.
John."
Yeah, that's John.
That's the John we know and love, yes.
I think... Well, first off...
What did we watch?
We watched Ghostbusters Afterlife. And I got to say, I don't care what anyone thinks
Way
of...
better than Biggie's Life After Death. I'll say that.
Well, I don't know. Remember Biggie? In his life? After death?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is that a movie? Biggie Life After Death?
No, it's his last album that came out after that.
I saw this video the other day, and it was this guy that literally is Tupac.
I've seen a few of those, yeah. What are you biting you eating your fingies for?
No, I'm just thinking of like that Dave Chappelle skit where it's like, Tupac's dead, rest his soul, but he just came out with this new album that says I
ain't dead.
Yeah, no,
they're
but
all in the
it's-
club. They're like, yeah.
But it's funny because like as they're in the club and he's singing this song and it's like, Dave Chappelle, that ain't your wife. What you
yeah. I know what you're talking from the Dave Chappelle show.
That guy better watch his step.
All right, hey, Andrew, how'd you like that?
What?
For Alex keeps doing Biggie or whatever voices.
It's not big. It's Tupac.
Sorry, Tupac voices.
Yeah,
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Tupac.
Rest his soul. What did I think of the movie? Is that what you're
love.
saying?
Yeah.
Why am I starting on this? It's your show, but
It's your
you
fucking
started on
show,
it.
John.
When Nicole's on, it's her show. And
It's not my
I haven't heard
fucking
Nicole's
show.
opinion about this movie at all.
Nicole's literally
Nicole
gonna-
doesn't even have an official title around here.
Nicole?
That's her official title? Just Nicole?
Co-host
Basement
Nicole.
Basement Podcast, Nicole. And then in subtitle, Nicole.
She has the same title that everyone next to me besides you has.
Co-host?
Yeah.
What's my title?
My sneaky link.
Yeah, but your title is host, which means it's
With the
your
most.
show.
No, it's host, guy with the most, as Cody introduced the last episode.
Hey, the host, the guy with the most.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, what made you cry in this movie?
We're going straight to that, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Did everyone
Spoilers.
Dude, don't do that first.
I thought- I was gonna
That's
s-
way at the end of the
Yeah,
movie.
this is full of spoilers.
Listen-
Did everyone cry though?
Probably not you.
Okay, if you guys want to
Yeah.
wait to watch the movie before watching this,
Don't watch this.
yeah, please don't watch this.
Actually, yeah, this is gonna ruin the whole movie probably. So go watch
It's
the
not
movie.
gonna ruin the movie. It's just gonna be a spoiler.
Okay,
That's the
but
kind of
That would,
ruins the
would
movie.
not ruin the movie, ruin the experience of this.
yeah, yeah. Go to the movie, watch the movie. Well, pause this. Come,
Leave it up.
What
go
would
to
you
the
s-
movie, come back, and then press play, and then watch the rest of it.
What would you say is the worst spoilers that someone did that ruined the experience of a movie for you?
My brain.
Like you figured out. Oh, literally me fucking figuring out that old man in Squid Game was like the guy who orchestrated the
I
whole.
figured that out first episode.
Yeah, he did. He did do that.
Squid Game is probably one of the only shows that I didn't actually predict, but I can predict like most shows and movies within like 20 minutes of watching them at the longest. So I just ruin everything for myself.
When we watched Matrix last night, I kind of knew what everything before it happened.
Like, the Matrix has been out
I've
for
never
like.
seen The
I've never
Matrix.
seen it.
It's really good.
I was gonna watch it, but I wasn't invited on that podcast.
Well, babe, you had to work today. Remember?
She seems upset and wanted to hang out with
You
us.
came on the better movie of the week.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
I'm probably still gonna watch The Matrix anyways.
All
I'm
right.
down.
Alex, history with Ghostbusters. Let's go.
Say with you.
History. What?
Did you think she was gonna watch it with you?
I don't know. I like watching The Matrix, and you and John have fucking snuggle buddy nights watching these movies before the podcast.
Usually Nicole's there too.
Oh, so
I
you
got
guys are all
invited last
nice.
Usually
night.
it's sleep.
You don't even bother.
I've literally
texting
asked
me.
you twice, and both times you're
Just
like,
be like,
nah.
Alex, are you done work, baby? Like, what are you doing
Listen,
right now?
I come here,
When do we ever
scratch
call you
my
baby?
scratch tickets, eat a couple snacks, and fall asleep.
Yeah,
in
she
the
passes
lazy
out
boy.
on the lazy boy.
I want to pass out with you guys. I don't know.
You want to have a sleepover?
Yeah.
Pass out cake with
I
us?
haven't had a sleepover since first time I saw Ghostbusters. Honestly,
Or
I
we're introduced to it. Was it the movie first? Did you saw?
I remember I was visiting a family friend and
Did he live in Ogopogos?
no, no, he actually it wasn't just
Oogie
Ghostbusters
boogie.
I watched. He had like a bunch of old VHS tapes.
Yeah, Vish.
Vish.
Fish
And
tapes.
so, whenever my family, because obviously I was little, they didn't want to like leave me alone in the house, so they take me with them whenever they go visit family friends. And so every time I went with them, they had all these old VHS tapes, and I watched Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. Ghostbusters, I think was like that's also there too, and the other one was Secret Garden. I don't know why I watched Secret Garden.
That's a good movie.
Yeah,
That was when I was a kid.
I can't even tell you exact. All I know about the Secret Garden, if you were to tell me like what happened in it, was the wife and the husband were shouting, "Where are you? I'm in the garden."
Yeah, remember the question? Do you remember the question I asked?
I answered it.
You.
I saw it
you
at a
did
family
answer
friend's
it.
house when I was very little. Like, don't know when.
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
I liked it. I liked that movie a lot. I loved movies that had like special effects like that, and I thought I was very fascinated by it. And I enjoyed more movies that were like that too, like Alien and Terminator and stuff like that. It's kind of like, do you guys find it like sad that like that's all that like we have like back then they had like all these classic movies like RoboCop, Terminator, Aliens, Predator. If you're
Going.
and like now movies that come out are like just sequels of those. Do we even have like our version of like those classic movies? Like, what's a fucking classic movie that's came out recently that we can be like, 20 years from now that's gonna
What do you
be
mean?
All the
Madagascar.
Marvel
Madagascar.
movies?
Yeah, and the Marvel movies.
Yeah, that's that. I guess, but like that's I don't know. I feel like they don't make shit like they used to anymore. Like,
Yeah, but that's
Marvel's
kind of
played out too, though, because like they had it before as well,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they revamp it again.
Yeah, but like think of like music. It's a classic because it's old and it's kept its aged well. People still listen to it. These movies are classics because they're old. People still watch and enjoy them. We're not going to have classics right now of movies being made right now.
yeah, fair enough. I guess like in 20 years from now, we're gonna be like, I remember watching Endgame in theaters.
I say that.
I don't know why I sound like a 80-year-old man
What?
Because you're gonna be 80.
in 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years you'll be 50.
In 1 year, I'll be dead apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit happens. John, what's your first experience?
Thanks,
watching this
guys.
movie?
I'm so glad that you're all like,
What? I've known this for years.
oh yeah.
That he's gonna die when
I
he's
see
31.
people dying every day.
Right.
It doesn't bother me.
Mine is a similar story.
Nicole's a serial killer.
Went to.
I'm not a serial killer.
She is. We went to.
There's bodies in her basement.
Bodies hit the floor and shit.
I work with old people.
Yeah, that's the-
Truth comes out, huh?
Did they
Whatever,
all
Dexter.
die? Did they all die of natural causes?
Most of them, yeah.
Or did they just simply,
Most of them, yeah.
when you write down how they died, you just type it. You just
I
write.
don't write it
they
down. I'm
crossed
not
my
a coroner.
path.
You're not a coroner.
I wish.
I thought you were.
No, that's behind you.
I used
There's
to
a
want to go
corner.
to school to learn how to embalm bodies.
You want to
did?
bomb bodies?
Yeah, but
you
then
Bomb 'em, yeah.
I'm joking. It was a fucking joke. Okay.
No.
but then I learned that it's actually really bad for you.
To
Like
breathe in that.
yeah,
fluid.
like a lot of people that
Uh,
do it can only do it for less than 5 years.
They changed the way they do it now.
Yeah.
Instead of using formaldehyde, they use isopropyl, and you can, if you wear like a
wanna be
ventilator.
mummified.
It's not just the formaldehyde though. There's a lot of other stuff that's really
You want to
bad
be just
for
like
you.
bandaged and wrapped in
No, I
it?
want to be like that
ventilator.
guy in this movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
hood vents.
I want to be mummified in a glass casket.
That was fucked.
Yeah, like
That was
fucking
sick.
J.K. Simmons out of nowhere barely has a role. Just gets ripped in half.
I was gonna say that was like
That was
it's-
brutal.
It was
That's
kind of
sick,
like,
though.
it's cool. Like I love the scene where he starts looking at the
I
kid.
did this for you. We can rule the
Yeah.
Also,
girl boss.
there was
She's not a girl. She's
I mean, they boss.
yeah. There you go.
what was the rating on this movie?
Not good.
Like,
67%.
He's talking about age.
No, like
Oh.
yeah.
PG, I think. Maybe
PG?
PG-13
I'll
because
look it
they said
up.
shit a few times.
Well, and that guy gets ripped fucking right in half.
It wasn't too
Yeah, but there
graphic.
wasn't any
It
blood.
was
or
like
There's
anything.
no
almost-
blood, and then the Stay Puft guys, they're very.
That's like Gremlins.
They're fucking.
Still, it
they're
was the
still-
way they were killing each other and being
How do you know they
gory.
died?
The one guy literally fucking melted between a grate.
Did you
into
notice the
fire.
first kill when they ran him over with the thing? And there was just a smear of marshmallow?
Yeah,
But he still had his
on
face,
with the
though.
Roomba.
Yeah.
Also, if you notice about that scene where he like melted in the grill,
It's PG.
he actually had his thumb
PG.
like that. By the way,
Yeah, I know.
like
yeah.
you know from Terminator, I was like, yes, I love those references, like stuff like that. I don't like Star Wars references; those are done way. I think I already mentioned the whole podcast. I really can't stand Star Wars references ever, because it's always like I had a bad feeling about this. Yeah, same with the guy in the last episode and the episode before that, and every ever episode they've had a bad feeling about it. I get it. It's
I love the jet puffed guys.
the
Yeah.
jet puff.
They were
Stay
sick.
puffed.
Stay puffed, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it is.
You don't even know what you like.
Is the real brand jet puffed?
There is
Yeah.
no real
Stay
brand.
puffed is a fake brand for the movie. But
What the
going
fuck?
after the puffed brand, yeah.
There
You
is
just
a-
shattered
there is an
Nicole's
actual
like whole world.
the
with
real
that.
band is Jet Puff.
The band? They have a band?
Okay.
Brand.
So that's
So
why
like
I
you can go
always-
to the grocery store and buy Jet Puff.
You can go get Stay
marshmallows.
Puft now in the States. They have them for
Yeah.
promotion.
Anyways,
I
those little
bet.
fucking
That's
guys,
sick.
I literally it brought me to tears how cute they
Actually?
were. No.
Oh, Nicole didn't cry.
Although I did tear up yesterday because my
I
nephew did the cutest fucking thing, and Andrew, you need to insert the photo. So I go to my sister's house, and my nephew is like, I drew a picture today at school and I glued it on my wall. Literally
Glued.
took glue and glued it to his wall.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, let me go see this picture. He drew a picture of me, him, and my other nephew at my wedding and wrote, I love you on it. And
That's
it's
so
the
cute.
sweetest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, you can ruin my walls with that.
And my sister was, she was like, do you know what that is? I was like, no, like I'll show you this picture. I was like,
You took a picture of
fucking
it?
demon. Like,
Oh,
well, he's
Wait,
only
I have the picture. I'm posting it in the Discord right now.
he's only 5, so like it's not good, but it's,
Okay, it's there.
still cute. Once you know what it is, it's cute.
well, I want to see it. You stop.
Is
it's
it
on
up?
the Discord.
I don't.
It's up now.
Yeah. There it is.
That's totally not something out of a horror movie.
It's,
It's
creepy,
cute.
but it's so sweet.
That's usually the shit that like, hey son, what are you drawing? My new friend.
Well, it was an all black wedding.
Yeah, it was an all black wedding.
Fair
and
enough.
he drew the rainbow to make it
Happy.
happy.
Yeah,
you know?
and I just thought it's the sweetest
Is
thing.
the
is
sun
so
black
cute.
too? Like what the fuck?
And I did tear up about that.
Aw.
Yeah, that's,
So I do have feelings.
Once in a while.
No one said you didn't.
I did.
yeah, I
Oh,
did.
why would you do that?
Literally, like 50% of the people in my life say I do.
of times she doesn't.
I mean, you did say that one time in that video that was like, I feel to that guy. He's like, he's a fucking needy little bitch. And I'm
That's
like,
been in your head for since, eh? You
You're
have
talking about
nightmares about
Steve?
Nicole saying that, don't you?
it fucking killed me on the inside.
Wait, are you
man.
talking about the guy yelling in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the time she said she didn't care about Steve.
About
He-
who?
he-
Blue's
he,
Clues.
He wasn't there for
Oh.
that, I don't think. The Blue's Clues video, Steve, Nicole said she
Alex
didn't give
didn't
a
even
fuck.
know what that video is.
I don't know that video. Yeah, you're right.
You don't know Steve from Blue's Clues?
No, I know obviously Steve. I don't know the video you're talking about though, where he comes back and he's just like, "Hey,
I don't know the video you're talking about, but when he comes back and he talks,
Yeah.
I thought you made a podcast of it.
No,
talking
like,
about that.
no. What you're talking
Well, we
about?
talked about it in a podcast, and everyone was upset that like I didn't get any feelings.
Well, that video. I mean, that is kind of strange, but like, yeah, that when I saw that
Yeah,
video, that really
Nicole.
made my day, and I actually feel a lot better during that day when I saw
Oh.
that.
With the
Well,
Steve
you know
video?
everyone
what?
did in this room but Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole's like, oh wow, he's a fucking clout goblin. He's just trying to get fucking
Oh,
clout.
what? What the clown goblin or cloud goblin?
Clout.
Gobbling.
Jesus.
Yeah, I said he achieved what he set out to do, and everyone was
He didn't
like,
really go to college. He just.
Yeah, he did. That's why he left.
Well, that's the plot of the show, but like,
Well, that's
what
really
was-
what happened.
That's really.
Oh,
what
he actually
happened,
left
yeah.
the show because I thought there was a
Yeah.
legal reason or something like that.
No,
Well, the legal. You're just too nice.
there's too many reasons. There's too many rumors out about him.
Yeah.
And then he came out and he was like, "No, you guys may help me pay for college. Thanks."
But I just want everyone to know that if you get me as your Secret Santa, you can definitely buy me the little
Stay Puffs.
Stay Puft.
I don't know.
Funkos,
I don't know. Will you get any
Funkos.
feelings if
Funkos.
we do give you Secret Santa gifts?
Yeah, I'll get like some joy.
I feel bad for whoever Alex gets.
Why?
Not because it'll be a bad gift, but when you don't give the reaction that he wants you to, he's gonna yell at you. Or he's gonna buy something online that he doesn't like, and he's gonna re-gift it to someone.
I only did that once.
The keyboard, Max's headset.
What keyboard?
Oh
yeah, you're right, yeah.
Max's oil diffuser for some reason that you bought for yourself and gave to Max 5 months later.
Why don't you just return these things?
I couldn't. What? Why are you guys?
You sounded like the guy in the movie. Was like, "Why did you do this?" I couldn't. I just couldn't bring myself to that.
Couldn't do it.
Well, I did. I was defeated. I was like, because I
How does an oil diffuser defeat you? You put it on, and what happens? Oh, what?
No,
Why is it diffuser oil right now?
No, it's just like I was like, I'd rather have my $100 rather than just having this. So
Spent
it's.
$100
Well,
on
I
an
bought the
oil
thing, and then I
diffuser?
bought the oils, and the oils are pretty.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought like this bundle thing.
Mine
Yeah,
was
that
like
makes sense.
$50 with oils.
No, that's stupid.
You went to Best Buy to buy an
I
oil
went to
diffuser.
Green Earth and bought
That's
it.
a problem.
Oh, that's why.
Oh.
That's like going to that fucking Sage store.
The Sage store?
Yeah, you don't know this store in the mall?
Nope.
It's like,
Is it like Green Earth then? I guess like just same
So
thing.
it just scents
no.
and crystals.
Yeah, I don't even think they have crystals. It's just like
The
oils.
the one with the big elephant wicker guy in it.
No, that's Origins.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
No, it's by the food court. It's like SAJE, I think.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly, but it's like
Oh,
diffusers
yeah,
and like
yeah,
you're
oils and
right.
stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
It's SAJE. You're right.
Andrew, let's get some backstory on you.
Yeah. What about me?
You didn't finish saying yours.
Oh yeah, it's kind of the same thing as Alex. I went to my aunt used to have garage sales in her neighborhood every year, and I went there one year, and they had like a box of pirated VHSs. But I don't think they're extra pirated. I think they're taped from TV. But it was only sequels of popular movies, so I watched the sequel for Gremlins and the sequel for Ghostbusters first, and Wayne's World.
Was the Ghostbusters? I don't remember. I haven't watched Ghostbusters 2 in a long time. Is it like bad? Like I don't remember.
I like it. It's the one with the pink slime. Remember the painting?
All I remember, well, yeah, I remember the painting. I remember the slime, and I also remember the Statue of Liberty being controlled by like a
And any,
turbo
advanced stick.
Yeah.
NES Advantage. That's what it was.
Other than that, I'm like, I
Are
don't
you trying to
remember.
think over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember my
I never
first
even
experience.
saw number 2.
It doesn't matter for this movie, really.
I do have a
Yeah, I
question
can-
though while Andrew thinks.
Mhm.
Okay. You're good. Go.
So at the end of
One
the
minute.
movie, I was
Do
under.
you care if we take a quick break? We are back from that break. Nicole, continue with your question.
Why did that seem so scripted, even though it wasn't
It's
at
not
all?
scripted, Andrew. It's just what I had to say.
So my question is,
Nicole, go on.
Thank you.
at the end of the movie, I was under the impression that they trapped all of the ghosts.
Yeah.
So how is there going to be another one?
Well, the
Well,
world's
how
a
was
very,
there this one?
Because they released the
Yeah,
ghosts.
maybe someone will release it.
Oh wait, yeah, they do get released.
Well, and then the second Ghostbusters movie, it wasn't Gozer in any of them. It was like a painting that was haunted that like took over New York in the sequel.
But I think the ghosts do get released because remember when they showed them at the bookstore and then there was the thing and
well, that was the
What?
main containment
What?
unit. That was the main containment unit.
Oh, no,
the-
that wasn't the bookstore. That was the firehouse.
Yeah, the
Oh, sorry, the
Remember
firehouse.
their like
firehouse.
headquarters
Yeah.
in the first
yeah.
movie?
And what did they show?
They showed that red thing that was blinking was a containment unit, which
Oh,
obviously
right,
still has
right.
ghosts in it that they captured.
Yeah, so I think they do get released.
Something's
Okay,
gonna happen with that motherfucker.
never mind. I answered.
I really-
That
the
was the end
question.
credit scene, if anyone's wondering.
I really. Oh yeah. By the way, people who are gonna watch this movie, there's 2 end credit scenes. So sit your
We were
asses.
the only ones that waited for both.
Sit
in the
your
whole theater.
asses down if you want, like more of that goody goodness of this
Get
movie.
your
has to
Fred
offer.
Flintstone feet off the camera. You're
Yeah,
scaring the viewers.
If you're gonna say that to me, say that to Nicole too.
She doesn't have Fred Flintstone feet.
I can see both your feet fine.
What's
yeah.
wrong with my fucking feet, Alex?
I say nothing.
Hey, Nicole's trying to sell those feet,
I
man.
just realized that
Look, she's got the holes in the sock.
just
She knows what
realized
she's
that
doing.
she
She's
got-
showing a little toe cleavage.
a little,
I
a
got-
little toe
And I
glare.
have paint on them.
Oh shit!
Don't take those off, Nicole.
Take them off. Get them off.
No, when I paint
She's your wife.
when I paint the house, I have to wear socks because I hate shoes.
I
But
thought you were gonna say when I paint the house, I have to paint my toenails.
Just take that house paint, put it right on there.
no, but last time we did paint the house, I had acrylics because I used to wear them all the time, and my nails got fucked right up because I had to use like a sander and everything.
Yeah.
And like my nails were janked. And when I went to get them fixed, the girl was like, "What the fuck did you do?" I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it." And she was like,
Andrew, it's your turn. No, Nicole, it's your turn.
I didn't say mine
Yeah,
yet.
you're still thinking.
I got it now.
All right,
"Let
well,
Andrew go because I ain't got nothing."
So I actually watched this movie really late. but
At
obviously
night.
no, like in later in life. But I was like maybe 14, so
That's really late.
a little
life, man.
later. A little later. You guys probably watch it younger, right?
Yeah, I was younger. I was like 7 or 8, maybe even younger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I watched it when I was like 14, and it was like one of those things that I was in a Call of Duty lobby.
I thought you were gonna say a cult.
One of those two. I don't want to talk about that part. So I was in a Call of Duty lobby, and I was waiting for the game to start, and so I put the movie on, and then I forgot about the game and just watched
You know that's
the
a good
movie.
movie if it makes you do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
What
That's
Call
what
of
I'm
Duty
saying.
was it?
It was Modern Warfare, the first one actually.
So 4.
Yeah, Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's a
good.
good. That's a good.
movie,
That's a good
man.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a.
And I don't know, when I played Call of Duty, I would just run around and stab everyone. That was my only tactic.
Call of Duty 2 was the worst for that because of Commando Pro. That was. Do you remember
What
that?
you did? You steered him off to talk about Commando Pro.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Alright, well.
Talk about Ecto 1.
Well,
instead.
I love how we talked about everything but like the movie that we just saw. We're talking
We're
about
talking
We're
about our
trying
history
to
because it's an
talk
old
about
movie
it.
that's obviously a sequel. Obviously,
so did
Yeah.
everyone go through with their history? Of
Nicole doesn't have a history apparently.
No, like so, like
She watched it.
It's a random movie.
I
like,
watched it as a kid, but I don't I don't have a lot of memories from being a
Yeah.
kid. So like the only thing I can think of is when like literally like a year ago when I watched it.
What'd you think of it a year ago?
I liked it.
Fuck yeah!
It's a good movie.
Don't look at my cat. She does what she wants.
Hi, baby.
She looks like she wants to crawl on my shoulder. Hey, you want to crawl on my shoulder? Come here.
This is a Ghostbusters podcast.
Well, it's not my fault
I
that
was
cats
gonna-
are cute.
What'd you guys think about the new Slimer fill-in?
Oh, Muncher? I think he's perfect.
I think Muncher's cool.
I think he's
Yeah, he's
great
I
cool.
thought
for.
it was dope.
Yeah.
Liked him. Yeah, I related.
I like how podcasts used him.
To break the lock
Yeah.
in the jail.
She's like, it's unpickable. I got a plan.
We'll release this ghost.
Why
Yeah.
would they make a jail cell to hide these like dangerous weapons close enough that you can like slip in your arms through the bars to grab
Because they
whatever?
don't expect a child to be
Or
in
anyone
there.
to go back there but them.
Yeah,
guess
that's
fair
a good
enough.
point. Well, clearly they're expecting it, or else why would they have it in a jail cell inside
They're
of a
prepared
locked
for it.
room? I guess.
No, you know.
There was
Not
like,
enough,
to me,
I guess.
really quick. This movie I loved it a lot, and I didn't find anything false with it except for one.
Here we fucking go.
Oh,
You know how
come on,
like
Alex.
when the little girl called
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd, he's
Ray
like
Stantz.
he's like he took everything. He took our jackets. He took our packs. He took everything, and it shows that he took those packs for a reason to go to the temple and like use it to keep like shooting the ghosts that would like shoot up
I
every.
already know what you're gonna say.
How did
And
in the end?
I'm gonna tell you.
Mhm.
How do you know they didn't go to the cave or thing first and grab those packs?
Because they would have followed the twist of
Those
those
packs
swirl.
got destroyed.
No,
Yeah,
they
they
just
got
got
no, they
moved.
did get destroyed.
One
They
The
got
one got
destroyed.
destroyed.
One got destroyed.
Just
And it
one, but there's
fucked up-
3 there.
Yeah.
How would they even know where to look?
Was
I
there
mean,
4?
There's three.
there was
From each
4.
corner?
Yeah,
So-
each corner of the room had. There was 4.
I thought there was only 3.
No,
I think.
there was 4.
I thought
In
there was
like a
4.
triangle.
I thought it was a
maybe.
corner of every room
I
meeting.
thought it was like a triangle too.
Yeah, I thought it was a triangle, but whatever, maybe 4.
What was the triangle joke?
Oh,
You were being
Oh.
obtuse.
When he was saying that
Did you
he couldn't
triangulate?
triangulate where the
The
earthquakes were coming
yeah.
from, and she was like, "Did
Did
you
you-
put 3 up?" And he was like, "I know how many sides are on a triangle."
Yeah, and then she's like, I thought you were just being obtuse.
And then give him a
Oh, then
weird
she went like this.
slow wink.
What's her name again? She's Precious. She's a great actor.
No, that's not who played Precious.
Phoebe,
Yeah, it's Phoebe.
I loved her. I loved her so much.
She was. I loved her too. Like every character,
like that's
in
how
the
I
sh-
would want my child to be.
just a little
Yeah.
like nerdy, socially awkwardish,
Mhm.
but funny.
Yeah. You know, I
Yeah.
want it to have a lot of issues.
Me too, man. You know?
That doesn't mean she has issues.
Social ones.
Whatever.
Yeah, but now she has friends and people
I'm
understand
not worried
her.
about I've got issues.
Yeah,
Like
like
nobody can see.
like now she has like all this.
Maybe she'll meet
confidence
podcast, you know? Or child.
Like
That's
now
what
she
I'm
has
saying.
like all this confidence. Like my grandfather.
Well, yeah, you see that in the scene when they save her mom and they get her in the car and they're like explaining. She's like 1 minute. Fucking gets in the gunner seat, starts shooting.
Yeah. She's badass
Oh,
as
man.
fuck in that scene.
Another scene that made me laugh really hard is when he was like, "Your grandfather was a Ghostbuster. You can literally do anything you want, like be an influencer
Yeah,
or a
or-
DJ.
Yeah, the DJ is the one that got me.
And it's like kids these days literally think that's like goals.
Did you guys get worried when he was going to the bridge and she was sitting out of the car
No.
on the turret? What are
I
you
think we were supposed to.
where you going, baby?
Oh, where he? You know what I thought of when that happened? Hereditary. I was like,
I laughed so fucking hard in that scene.
In Hereditary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard Nicole laugh like this about a decapitated person.
It's a
It was
very maniacal
funny.
laugh, to say the least.
You guys didn't
No,
laugh?
I did too, but like Alex's face right now.
Alex,
We gotta make a
Alex is
blooper reel of
judging
just
you.
how many times Nicole's scarred Alex.
Alex, you didn't think that
Jesus.
was funny though?
We'll have like 4 hours
No.
of clip.
what the fuck are you talking about?
The little girl that got decapitated.
Yeah,
in Hereditary, you didn't think that was
John.
funny?
John, why wasn't? Did you not laugh your ass off as this girl was choking to death because she had a peanut allergy? get decapitated, and then the brother had to drive home because he didn't know how to react to the situation, and then her mom
And
found
he just
her.
went to bed. That was
Yeah.
sick.
That's hilarious, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
the best reaction
Oh my
you can
God.
hope for.
I'm sure I'm not the only one that laughed at that.
I mean, it's not a normal thing to laugh at by any means, but
I think they made it funny.
So Alex,
Yeah. Let's.
about this Ghostbusters Afterlife thing.
that's as bad as me laughing about the guy jumping on the window in
Holy
Halloween.
shit, Nicole.
In Halloween Town?
In Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah.
yours might be. Hers might be worse.
Yeah. Yeah,
I-
probably.
No, it's the same thing. Andrew was laughing at the body afterwards because of like the effects of it, and I'm laughing because I'm thinking
Of her head popping off.
of her face after.
Alex's face. We need to zoom in on that at one point.
I wish I could.
He was like this.
Whatever.
You look very uncomfortable. Are you about to cry?
No. Well, I was at the movie theater. That was very
Well,
sad.
you did cry.
You
at
did
the movie
cry.
theater.
Yeah, I heard you cried.
He looked at me at the end and said, I could cry at any second. I think, I'm crying.
I didn't do that.
He
but,
said it.
Yes, you did.
He said it like he was coming. He's like, I'm crying.
What's the difference?
Same thing. I
I make
usually
the
do.
same noises.
I usually cry when I come. So
Yeah, you have. Isn't that normal?
yeah, everybody does that, right?
Buzz Aldrin taught me that.
He taught you a lot.
About love, that's for sure.
What's your guys' favorite scene from this movie?
Holy fuck! Where do you even begin?
Honestly.
I thought you were mad about the question.
So did
I
I,
was
to be honest.
Oh, really?
I
Grow
did too.
Oh, great, Nicole.
How can I pick one?
No. I didn't mean that. I meant like I'm like holy fuck. Where do I? Yeah, like what scene didn't I enjoy in this movie? I loved any scene that had like the dogs. Like those dogs are fucking cool.
The whole beginning intro was sick.
Oh.
Where they were just showing
Where he shoot the laser
Egon.
up into the sky like he had his own solo mission where he captured Gozer, not Gozer.
Like, I
but-
want an animated series about fucking Egon's fucking
And
adventures
solo
by
adventure.
himself on this farm.
that
That
actually.
would be dope.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, it
actually
would be
sick.
sick.
I was like, holy fuck, there's some like deep
We can't get
backstory
that
like,
unless it's animated.
It might be in the sequel the way they set it up with fucking Winston and Janine. Because it seems like Janine was definitely there
Yeah,
with him.
she
Yeah,
she
I
was.
guess.
She said it, and then she. I don't know.
But
Does it make
how-
it seem like she was working for Winston?
How would they
also,
do
or
that?
just
I think they're
visiting
just
at that
friends. She
end?
was
Seemed like They were
visiting.
just doing like a
Like a
interview
visit.
Yeah.
visit thing.
Yeah.
Cause
How would
he
they
said-
appropriately do
did-
that though?
What?
How would they appropriately do that though?
What?
Do
Visit?
Egon's whole?
It would be like a prequel to this sequel.
It'd be a prequel. It would be like.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I know
what
what
you're
you
asking.
want.
I don't know what
but
you're asking then.
because he's dead, so how do you like
he passed
have-
away?
That's why I said animated series.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
That's and then I said it would have to
Because
be
the guy
animated.
who did Egon, I know. All right, you guys ready for this?
No.
Yes.
All right, so the real Ghostbusters, the cartoon, is not canon with the movies because there's an episode of that cartoon where people are making a movie about them and they go see Ghostbusters in like the premiere. So it's known that that's why they're called the real Ghostbusters in the cartoon, and these movie Ghostbusters are supposed to be the fake ones.
That's not cool.
So it's not in canon. So what I was gonna say was the guy who voiced Egon, I'm pretty sure is still alive, so he could voice old Egon, but it's not technically canon, but it could still be the voice of Egon because it's the only other voice of Egon we have. And he was the voice of Egon in the real Ghostbusters and in Extreme Ghostbusters.
You know what though? I think that with technology nowadays, they could probably make a whole movie. Just
Yeah,
We can
but-
make a
Ice
whole new
clips.
Egon.
yeah, but I don't know if the family
I-
would want that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kinda
I don't know if they would want that.
a little
Because he
insensitive.
was a pretty like well-known director and
That's
actor and
insensitive?
writer.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
When did he pass away? Because you guys are saying it was like
I
recently.
think like
Because
2012, 2011.
The reason why it's insensitive, sorry, I'm not trying
no,
to cut
no,
you
I
off,
was
but
done.
the reason why it's insensitive, honey, is because like you're just banking off his likeness after he's passed away. So you're basically just making money off of him, even though it could be in a way done to pay tribute, like they did in this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was
but I
very
think after what they did in this movie, it's just
yeah,
blatant,
but that
yeah.
that's it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Usually it's like when someone, this is like the most you can do. You can't do any more, and then because at that point you're just kind of like like you said, like banking off his like likeness or whatever.
Yeah, like in
And-
Fast and the Furious when they had his brother.
right. And like John said, like him not even talking, I feel like was like
I didn't say that on here, but yeah, I said that.
Yeah,
I
you
think that's
said that off
appropriate.
camera.
I thought it was
but-
very appropriate and nice,
Mm-hmm.
and I liked
Yeah.
it better that he didn't say a word to anyone, and you can just CGI facial
Yeah,
expressions
yeah.
is all you needed.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
CGI looked pretty good though, because that looked exactly like he did in Knocked Up when he played Seth
Not gonna
Rogen's
lie.
dad.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know he was dead.
I think he died like a long time ago, like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
He did Stripes. He did a lot of stuff. He like most like I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I think he might have written or helped write Caddyshack, but I could be very wrong. The main things I know are Stripes and Ghostbusters and Year One, and he was the Seth Rogen's dad in Knocked Up.
How excited were you guys when like the original Ghostbusters showed up and they were like, let's show these little young whippersnappers how it's done.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, might as well.
I was trying to look at John, but I couldn't see it. And I said to Andrew, does John have a big smile on his face? And Andrew said no. And I was like, I don't believe you.
I was way too into it. Like,
Yeah.
what was the movie we saw where I like sat up?
And what?
Was it Halloween that I saw where I sat up when shit was happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost did that for this one, but I was like, no, just calm down.
You just sat there with your mouth open the whole time, pretty much.
Today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like mesmerizing watching you just be
You were
like,
like a chicken looking out of a rain cloud.
Well, I said when
you're just like,
after we saw the movie, we all went to the bathroom, made a joke about crossing streams, but then I also
Yeah.
said I was like, this movie just made me feel like I was like 6 years old again.
you kind
It's
of
like it hit all the fucking beats.
it
You would want a sequel for this movie.
you
It was-
definitely embodied that in a way, you know?
What, me? A 6-year-old?
Yeah, like the way,
Well, I
like
usually
looking at you, looking at you in that moment though, you just looked like you were fucking
On top of the world.
Euphoric.
just
That's
a
what I said
child.
when we left. I was like, I feel like I'm high.
You said, I think you actually did use the words euphoric, maybe even.
Maybe. Oh, when I stretched back and grabbed the pole behind me, we were waiting for the end credits scene. Yeah.
Oh my god! I just was like, this movie was perfectly, I think, really well directed.
I
Like,
feel like it's the best sequel from an old franchise that we've seen ever. In
It
at
had-
least the last 15, 20 years.
it had really good pacing. It showed like like there's a backstory, like why they're here, like what happened.
Every character pretty much had a story.
Yeah, everyone. There was no one person that was like,
Did you like the mom?
Here we go. What do you got?
"What did you like? What did you not like about the mom?"
I don't know.
I don't know
just
why I
got a
said it like,
vibe.
"What did you?" Yeah, did
Is
you?
he right? You didn't like the mom?
Yeah.
Why?
What was wrong with the mom?
I just got a vibe.
I liked her story.
What, that
Yeah.
she's his daughter?
Yeah.
Well, think about this. Your dad left.
I teared up when she walked down to his secret
Oh.
lair.
Yeah.
And like, you probably heard me laughing, but like, did you read any of the post-its that were up?
no,
around her
I was
picture?
Yeah, I
wondering, I was
did,
wondering what you
yeah.
laughed at.
One was like, freckles have doubled since last time. It was like freckle count has doubled, and then it's like, went to college today, dorm room, blah blah blah.
One was like prom. Don't forget to do laundry after. Or
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
like that.
It was like that scene in The Simpsons where it's like, do it for her, like Maggie
Yeah,
on the board.
exactly.
But like,
I don't know.
Maybe
It
I
was
don't
his
know,
graph
like,
though.
Yeah.
Hey, like,
all right, here we
if
go.
my dad had something like that at his house about me, I'd be like a little weirded out.
Yeah, but you don't like feelings, so like it's whatever.
But
Is this true, Nicole?
Hmm?
You don't like feelings?
Mm,
Overrated.
yeah.
Fair enough.
I
Too
also
mainstream.
I don't know if you can really put your I don't know. It's like you can in a sense put yourself in that place, but she was like completely abandoned and thought that her dad like hated her. Meanwhile, then she learned that he was doing it
He
for
was
her
stalking
sake.
her.
Yeah.
Well, when
Would you
In the
guys feel-
cutest way.
Would you guys feel touched if you went to your parents' house and they had
100%.
that?
I would cry. I think I would
100%. If I had a parent that I've never really seen or they'd abandoned me, I thought, and then I go to their house after they died, that I had
I
handed
think
it,
I'd fall
and
apart.
there's a shrine to me with
Yeah.
little notes about freckles have doubled the dorm room. I'd be like, oh fuck.
I probably wouldn't be able to like stand for a couple hours after that. I'd probably just be crying.
Would you
A
come or something?
couple hours?
No, just be like crying so hard on the
I think
floor.
I'd be mad.
I think it would be a mix of upset and mad.
Yeah, you'd have a
It's like, oh,
whole.
you tried this hard to stalk me, you couldn't come see me.
Yeah, I was
But,
gonna say like, why didn't he just like? I get it that he was like trying to
Saving
protect
the
it, but he
world.
could have like said something.
I love how they're all like, yeah, you went fucking nuts telling
Yeah,
us this
but-
shit about this desert or something.
saying something might have made it harder for her than just.
Well, he could
not
have
gonna be
called her
good.
like once a week.
He could have actually.
You're right.
But he was a very socially awkward person, like the
But
like
I
her
did
granddaughter.
notice one thing. One of the pictures or the post-its, I don't remember, said 1983. And the mom's obviously older,
Right.
so that makes sense for her age. Ghostbusters 1 was after 1983. So he had a kid
before.
in the movies if that timeline matches out or something. Know what it is? You know what it is?
What is it?
Never mind, that doesn't make any sense.
What?
I was going to say this movie was supposed to come out like a couple of years ago or a year ago, so maybe that adds up, but I didn't think of what I just said where it says the actual year on the thing I said, so it
Yeah.
still doesn't work out.
No. I don't know, man.
Based off of that timeline, he would have already had her when he became a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
He's a
Or-
man that's very dedicated to his work.
How do we get featured on fucking like Rotten Tomatoes as official reviewers?
We aren't.
We're,
I thought you worked that
I'm
out.
trying to work on it. This is what I'm asking right
Isn't it
now.
like we have to get like a certain amount of views or something like that?
Well,
56 isn't enough? 57?
collectively, how many views do you think we got?
I think it's 17,000 or 7,000 something.
7,000.
Yeah, what up,
Dude,
girl?
that's a decent number.
Yeah,
Seems like a lot.
it's just my sneaky links.
But what is
Right.
like the history between?
We'll talk later.
I'm really terrible at these actors' names. The guy who passed away, and
Harold
also,
Ramis.
and also the funny one. What's his name?
They're all comedians. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. What's like the history between them? Like, cause they used to work. I think like the last time they spoke was like Groundhog's Day when they were working on Groundhog's
yeah,
Day.
they didn't like each day. Yeah.
They just didn't like each other. Like they just didn't.
Bill Murray's been, I'm pretty sure, the only reason that a Ghostbusters movie didn't happen sooner. He didn't even, if you watch the second movie, he doesn't even like wear the outfit as much because he didn't want to.
Really? Is he just like kind of like an asshole? Well, I don't even know if I should say like.
No.
Is he just an
Wait,
asshole?
are you saying that about Bill Murray?
I don't know. Are we
No,
allowed to
he's-
say negative things about people in the?
Bill Murray's actually
He's
like
just a different
a
guy.
really cool guy,
For a
apparently.
different story.
Isn't
Depends
he,
who you
like-
talk to.
Yeah, I guess.
I felt like he would be really into Ghostbusters. Like, remember in Zombieland?
He was into the first one, but then like it got overhyped. There was a cartoon, all the merchandising, and he's like,
I'm out.
Oh, he kind of like just wants it to be like what it is and not like.
yeah. But then they did the sequel. He got convinced to do it, but then he didn't really want to do it or whatever.
And then he did that.
And then there's been like rumors for multiple scripts since like 1991 on the early years of the internet about a Ghostbusters 3.
I wonder how he felt about like, hey, we're doing a Ghostbusters Afterlife. We want you to like, make an appearance. I wonder if he
Well,
was.
all of them were at the point where like we'll do one if the script's right. And then the original director Ivan Reitman's son Jason Reitman wrote and directed this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Did Ivan Reitman pass away too?
Nope, he's
Okay.
alive.
All right, cool.
But his son is a director. It wasn't like,
Right.
hey, yo, give me this one.
No, I know.
He did a great job.
He was like I forget where it was, but they posted like pictures from the set in their original movies. And it's like Jason Reitman as a kid and with his like sister on the set of Ghostbusters hanging out with all of them.
That's sick. I wonder if like you know how like so say for me like for example I'm gonna be going into school for electrical stuff soon, right?
Mhm.
So I'll probably ask my dad some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he was like, "Yo, Dad, I'm writing your movie again. You got any pointers?"
Well, Ivan Reitman didn't write. He helped write it, but he didn't fully write. I'm pretty sure Jason Reitman might have fully wrote this, maybe with one other person. When the
okay.
credits were up, I think it said one other person.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I think it was like Ivan Reitman, Harold Ramis, and other people that wrote the first one.
Okay, then flip that. He probably like FaceTime his dad while he's directing. He's like, "Yo, is this?
You
You
still
think?
good?
You think you good with this?"
But like, did you get the feel from this movie that like with the score, with like, yeah, just like the score, like when they're driving to his house, like
I like the.
it just reminds me of like no, that what's that instrument called that they used every time
It's
the
a-
chessboard was moving?
It uses electronic waves.
Yeah, where you literally just do this in the air
it's
between
the-
two things.
I forgot what
Nicole, are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking.
I'm just listening. I don't know the answer to the
Yeah.
question.
Anyways, that was
it's-
sick. That I liked that because you don't see that really in movies or TV shows anymore. That instrument.
Cody would know.
Yeah, but he's not here.
Classic. Classic Cody. What are you doing, buddy?
But just like the score, just reminded me of like an '80s movie.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the noises that they were making, like the different orchestra instruments that you don't really hear in movies anymore, were making the noises that they don't make anymore. You know?
Yeah, it had a lot of just like the old feeling that it had emotion and heart that they don't make movies in with anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like everything's all like, we gotta put like modern shit. Why not? What's wrong with the shit that they had back then? Sure, it's not new, but it had
Yeah, but it was like an orchestra.
exactly
It's called a theremin.
a theremin.
There you go, man.
Yeah, theremin.
There, I'm in.
And they're like,
But what do you think
pretty
about
good
the
at that.
cast in the movie, like the characters? Was there one, I know Nicole doesn't like the mom, but what about the other? Was there any characters that you guys didn't like? If I had to pick, I'd probably pick the. Well, at first I didn't like her because I was like, why are you bullying this poor kid? Like
That's how you flirt.
She was. That's how you flirt with someone.
She
You just.
wasn't bullying him.
She may, I guess, but no. Well, I don't
She was
know.
just
They're
being
like.
hard on him.
I think the one that got me upset was he tried he just spilled spaghetti all over the place when he first introduced himself and he was like, yeah,
He
just
didn't literally spill spaghetti all over himself.
yeah, but then as he went back to the car, he was like, "Hey, Casanova, what's going on?" And everyone
That
starts
wasn't her.
laughing. Yeah, that was her.
She
No.
didn't say that. That was the guys in the truck that
Those
said
She-
that.
was
she
her
was
friends
with
and
them.
She was
hit
with them, and
him.
she even hit. Yeah, was that what you were about to say? Yeah, I'll say.
Oh,
She nuts like stop.
oh, really? Okay, I didn't see that part. I thought that was
Yeah.
her that said that. Oh,
All of her friends, besides Finn Wolfhard and her, when they go to the mining place, it just looked like an teenage H&M commercial. Like they
Yeah.
all looked like very hip Californian kids.
Yeah, very, very much.
But I
And
feel
it-
like
it's
she
supposed to be like
invited him
Alex, what are you
for a
drinking out of?
reason.
out of a Ghostbusters cup that you had for how long?
Since 1991, 89.
I can taste the old.
Mine's new.
I can
Oh.
taste the old dust.
I feel bad because you were like, I gave it to you, and you're like,
No, because literally when he's in line, he's like, "Here, I'll get you a cup because you paid for my ticket." I was like, "Oh, whatever." He's like, "What do you?" I was like, "Which one are you gonna get me?" He's like, "Slimer, obviously." I was like, "Good, that's what I wanted." He comes and hands me this, and I was like, "I thought you were getting Slimer." He's like, "Oh, you don't want it?" Well, you said you were getting me Slimer. I just didn't know.
To be honest, I thought this looked way cooler than Slimer because it's the actual fucking logo and it's massive, and I was like, this looks cool. And you see the back of it, and it's just like, I don't know. You never see the
Ghost butt.
Yeah, you see the ghost butt.
Finally
She's
get
got a
to
little
see that
turtle
ghost.
hanging out there.
A little turtle.
No, I think he's pooping. That's not a tail.
That's what I meant. He's got.
I do like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's dope.
Especially because Slimer wasn't even in the movie, so that would have been false advertising if I got the fucking Slimer one.
Exactly.
That's a good
There you
point.
go.
Neither was that guy.
Or do you think, where would Slimer be?
He'd still be captured.
No, because he was in the second movie and not captured.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Unless they captured, maybe Egon's like, "Yo, I gotta go. No one's gonna take care of you."
Well,
And
think about
put him in
that-
the containment unit. He's the one about to.
Well,
burst
think about
out.
this. He's on the phone. She's on the phone with
Ray Stantz.
Ray Stantz, and he's like, "We just did really good with our job. We captured more ghosts. There was less coming in, and maybe they just eventually captured the."
Yeah, but Slimer was part of the gang after the first movie.
That's a cartoon.
In the second one.
You said the cartoon was non-canon.
The second one.
Was he actually part of the gang?
Yeah, because he was so popular from the first one. He was barely a character in the first one, but everyone loved him, and they fucking
They, trained him in the second one. Or whatever.
yeah,
Really?
yeah. That's the porn one, but yeah.
No, they kept him like a pet, kind of a thing.
I know, I was kidding, Andrew. I didn't see the one where they trained Slimer.
Me either.
Oh, now I get what you're saying. Ew.
I was gonna say, why?
Buzz Aldrin told me this story once.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin came to your house. He's like, Jonathan.
No, he came at my house. Boom. So what?
We're gonna get sued for defamation of Buzz Aldrin one day.
I didn't defecate on him.
Defecate.
Andrew can't handle the poop joke, huh?
You didn't even say it, right?
Andrew, you were.
I didn't defecate on him.
Andrew, you were fucking dying at the was this?
Yeah, he went full fucking goofy at that one part. Oh, say the joke, Andrew.
Do you remember the joke?
If not, Nicole, say it.
What is a
Yeah,
cigarette?
she said, "What does a cigarette and a hamster have in common? They're both harmless until you put them in your mouth and light them on fire."
The theater was full.
Seriously, there you go.
Hey, the theater was full, and us four were the only people that laughed at that joke.
I thought all her
That was-
jokes were
All her
funny.
jokes were funny.
That was the funniest one.
Except for
though.
the polar. I didn't think that one was funny. The polar bear. I get it, but it's
Because
like.
you don't understand.
Oh really?
Humor.
What was the polar bear one?
What does a
It's-
dead polar bear say?
No, what do you call a dead polar bear?
Nothing.
Anything.
He can't hear you now. He's dead.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it was just anything you can, because he can't hear you. He
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Same thing either way. That's fucking hilarious. Whatever you want.
What do you think of Paul Rudd as Rick Moranis villain?
What?
What do you mean?
Say that again.
Rick Moranis?
Oh, I mean
Villain.
he's all right. He's
Okay. Who's Rick Moranis?
the guy who played in the last Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, the one that was the gatekeeper with the helmet on and
Yeah.
the dog.
I mean,
That's pretty much what Paul Rudd was in this movie.
I think that the moment
Yeah.
that they have with him and the mom is very charming, and I kind of like
Them
he's
fucking on the rocks.
Well,
As dogs?
that's just the dogs. They were the dogs that
They
did
weren't the
that.
dogs. that remember
weren't-
he
they
even
were
said
just
at the end, he's like-
possessed.
He was
like,
pos-
remember we weren't dogs yet. Remember that thing we did?
Oh, really? He said that?
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah,
Oh,
at the
it's just
very
like because
end.
their eyes were glowing, and then they were like, I like your eyes," and then the other one's like,
I didn't. Yeah, was she supposed to be saying something?
No, she was growling like an
'Cause
animal.
all the time was.
Yeah.
And he's like, I agree. And I was like,
Yeah,
No, I think she did say something. You
I-
just couldn't really
yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't understand it at all.
That's still. I like to imagine that she is just growling. He's like, "Thank you." I'm like, is this the spirit talking or is this him?
Well, how about when the kids like see her, and she's like, "There is no mom. There's only Zool." And they're like, "Mom, are you okay?"
Yeah,
they
well-
get closer to it.
I don't
Like,
understand. Like
nah.
these kids at this point understand that there's like this.
Ghosts and shit.
Yeah, why would you go close to your glowing-eyed mom who's
They're
like,
worried.
It's her mom. Alex, what would
It
you
wasn't
do?
even the kids that went close to her. It was podcast, and she like bit his face almost.
almost, yeah.
That's a good point.
She just
And then
jumps out the window and starts going on.
Jumped
all
out a
fours.
window. Did you see how they started? She started running. She's like,
Well, yeah, she started. No, but that's the point. Like she's an animal, so she started going on all fours.
yeah,
and
but it
stuff.
wasn't all fours. Her hands were like flailing. At
Yeah.
I think there was something wrong with the camera. I think it was supposed to show us that
I think
she
they
was,
didn't show it because she ran like I'm laughing at.
But you know what I wish they had more of? Those guys that were like cooking the burgers. They were really fucking funny.
They were
The
funny.
marshmallows.
No, the burger guys at that restaurant.
Oh yeah.
because I was
They were
like,
only there for a half a
please
second.
tell me there's more.
Well,
of
it seemed
these."
like they were gonna be in one part because they were talking about the ghost at the diner, and they just kept leaning over. Like,
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah, and then they didn't say anything at
No.
all. I was like,
I
why
thought
are
it
they
I wonder if there's some
listening?
like cut scenes. Or
I
something.
thought that was so strange.
There's
That,
gotta
like, you
be.
know, because usually people have like these diner scenes and there's like people in the background talking, like having their own conversation, right? What?
Melody just jumped up and like put her face in Nicole's ear and then ran away.
Oh.
And Nicole's like,
I was like, what did I do this time?
Jesus.
"What
But
did
yeah,
I do this time?"
You know how like people
Oh,
have
it's
like
my
these like
fault.
diner scenes where they're walking down the street and everyone's minding their own business, but the people around them were like, "What are these guys talking about?" You know, and I thought like they're gonna come with them or something, but they never did. They were just like looking. I guess.
Yeah, there was a point where I thought all the people at the diner were just gonna be Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's just like a fuck ton of ghost busting
Yeah.
kids.
I'm surprised that car like worked, like everything that was still functioning.
Did
like,
you not see?
Yeah,
What?
the
He
ghost
fixed
fixed
it.
it.
Oh, he fixed the
He gone
engine.
fixed it.
He fixed the engine, but you don't know if anything else was busted.
Well, the kid already fixed everything, and he thought it was gonna work, and then he literally left like one wire not twisted onto the engine.
No, it was
block, I
like
don't know.
it was like
to the battery.
it was just completely loose, right? Like
Yeah,
the
and
actual
he like twisted it and put it in.
yeah, and then
What 15-year-old kid knows how to put together a car?
When that has to be
Lots.
the man of the house.
Yeah, lots of kids
Yeah,
know how to do
dude.
that stuff.
he's been the man of his house his whole life.
The one question,
One question that you have.
no, not a question. The one thing I was thinking of is like, no one had any reaction to the fact that like their dad / grandpa is just like a ghost now, like shining lights on everything to show them what to look at. Like,
Well, you've already seen everything at that point when he shows up.
no, like when,
No, when he's using the
Oh,
light,
the light. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
and
like
she's
when,
just talking.
Well,
to
he was
him,
already
like-
playing chess with her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she
it-
kinda
she had
figured.
no reaction
yeah.
to it. The daughter had no reaction.
and she
Yeah.
didn't know it was her grandpa
What
at
are you
that
supposed
point.
to say? Like,
I
cause
think
the-
she assumed.
You have
I
to,
would assume.
You have to
Yeah.
remember that they're gonna want to ask him questions, but you
No.
know that he can't respond. He can't talk, so they have to communicate. Like,
But when it
She's
first
talking about, like, at
starts
the beginning.
happening, wouldn't you be like, "Whoa, what the fuck is happening?"
oh,
But they're just like, "Yeah."
Well, she freaked out when the chess piece moved the first time.
Yeah, that
And then
was
she just started
it.
playing.
And then like she goes down into this fucking cave.
I like that it had the fire pole like in the
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
sick.
the fire station.
But like,
So my question was, did
Nicole
he go?
hasn't finished hers.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say like for both of them when they went into the cave and he's like turning on all the lights and like shining lights at things
Yeah.
and stuff. Like neither of them had any sort of shocked
I think
nothing.
Well, I think the mom knew he was a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, but she wasn't shocked that he was a ghost.
No, she didn't know. She didn't know.
Alex is gonna
anything
yell
about
at us
him.
pretty soon if
No,
we don't
she
let
did
that
know
little
that he
fucker spit
was.
whatever dumb thing he's about to fucking spew.
Well, she's smart. The little girl's smart, so she
So she knows ghosts. Are
She
there.
knows that like, okay, so this is my grandfather, and he's like, how'd you build this?
Bro,
And
she went from not believing in spirits one frame to the next frame. She's playing chess
did you not
with a
miss
ghost.
the part
Yeah.
that I said that she's smart? A smart person would accept that really quick. Like, okay, I guess that
Actually,
there
they
are
wouldn't.
If there's evidence.
there's
Because
evidence.
most people that are into science, they
Yeah, I
need
guess
evidence.
that's true.
Yeah, so clearly.
Yeah, generally. I get
The
that.
daughter, the mom, I guess, in that situation, I think she would have said something, but then she got ghost snapped because she was like looking at the portraits of herself, and she was like looked like she was about to cry, and then before she can even like do anything else, she got ooga booged.
She did.
True that.
Anyway, what were you gonna say, Andrew?
I don't know.
You had a question.
Yeah.
What did you say, John?
We were talking about this the whole time, and you were about to say something about this.
Yeah, I don't remember. You said something's. Oh, the pole. Did he steal
Oh.
the pole?
Well, I don't know. Did we see it at the end when Winston goes back?
Yeah, I think we did. But he could have took it back.
Maybe he just cut the piece off of it. That one piece.
How did they get out of there, though?
What do you mean?
They take the pole down, but how did they get back up?
They don't, Nicole.
That's a very good point. They never did
Show
let
us
us know.
stairs or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the pole's just to go quick down. I'm assuming there's stairs to go up because at a fire station, it's just to go quick
And if you want to
down.
practice your dance moves.
Well, Paul Rudd did suggest that Phoebe might become a pole dancer.
Yeah.
I don't think she's good
Good
enough for
point.
that. I don't think it matters. I thought that was funny, but it's like kind of weird. Like, you know, that's your 15-year-old daughter, but okay.
No, she was 12. He was 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good point.
Anything you noticed? Little Easter eggs, Alex?
The help. Well, when podcast came down, he put on
He
that
put
little,
the thing
the
that,
helmet,
that
I knew
Rick
that one.
Moranis wore in the first one.
The obvious rep, like, you know, like the what was it? There was one that actually did stand out. I'm trying to think. It was during when they were in the basement. There was something there that I saw that was like, I thought
The fungus? Because remember when he first meets Janine and they're like kind of flirting in the first movie?
Mhm.
She's like, "Oh, what do you do?" or whatever she says. He's like, "I collect fungus and spores." And then you go down the basement. There's a wall of fungus and spores.
It's just normally I don't like I feel like when a movie comes out new, they should like make new enemies to face, not like the old ones that they faced in the first one. But I think for this one, it's
Yeah,
actually
but they gave you enough story for this
yeah,
to make sense.
this one they gave more story to it, and it was like I was really invested in Gozer and the resurrection, and I love the whole like
Gozer looked dope in this movie.
Fucking
like the
A.
effects in Gozer.
like a badass I love the 80s hairstyle.
Yeah,
like,
well, it just looks the exact same as the first one, but with better effects on it.
hell
Did you
yeah,
guys think that they were attractive?
Gozer. I mean,
Who? Oh, what? Yeah,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
yeah, I did. The dogs, right?
No, not the dogs.
No, the
Gozer.
The person.
Yeah, Gozer. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Why?
I
Did
did,
you?
too. Yeah.
I mean,
Andrew?
she's non-gender, so I mean, like she goes both ways. I guess.
She's
Or-
non-gender.
They are non-gender.
They are not John.
I thought
They
it
don't
was-
have jaundice.
I thought
They
it
are
was
not
funny
John.
when, what's her face? What's her name? Lucky?
Yeah, Lucky's the one from the
Lucky.
diner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was funny when
She's
she was
so
like, "That's
lucky."
pretty woke for whatever year it was."
Yeah, for 1980.
Wait, what
Oh
did you
no,
say?
for whatever year they're from.
So when
Why?
they were
What'd she-
saying like that they were non-gender, she was like, "That's pretty woke for 19 whatever."
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh.
She said that?
When they
Yeah.
went to the temple, yeah. She
Yeah.
actually had a lot of funny lines to say, just
She was
like.
a good side character
Yeah.
that turned into a main character.
And now that I know that,
got
and now that I know it wasn't her that said like, "Good job, Casanova," that makes me feel.
you just are out for women in every movie we watch.
No,
you
I
always
just-
hate one thing, and then I explain it to you, or Nicole explains it to you. You're like, "Oh, I misunderstood. She's a great person."
I don't think like. Oh my god! Like that's flirting, Alex. Really making someone feel really embarrassed about how they said it is like flirting.
That's how I flirt. I just talk shit.
Yeah.
That's how I have to flirt with Andrew. That's how I flirt with
I
you.
feel like that's how everyone flirts.
I mean, that's how I flirted with Nicole before I told her I actually liked her.
Maybe I need to
Andrew,
treat
get
people.
that kitty out of
Maybe I
there.
need to treat people more like shit. Then I guess I don't know.
Like, what do you do to flirt? You just walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, you're cute." No.
No, Alex says stuff like, "I just want you to know that you're beautiful and you deserve to be treated right."
No, that's
that's some
not gonna work.
sappy shit.
I am.
You gotta go up to the girl and be like, "Listen, that shirt sucks. Go buy a better one."
It's true.
And then I get splashed with alcohol in my face.
From the internet?
What?
From the girl from at the bar. I thought I'm
What?
assuming we're at the bar right now or
When-
something like
when have
that.
we ever
Why
gone
would
to a
they
bar?
do that?
Because I just insulted their dress.
Sure.
Or you go up to them and be like, hey, that dress, put it on my floor.
Yo, that dress sucks. Put it on mine.
That lipstick will look better on the shade of my dick.
Listen,
Jesus.
be like,
Someone
hey,
walked up to me and said that, I'd get a restraining order.
I'm not looking for no prude like you, Nicole.
hey, Alex, walk up to a girl in the club and say, I hate that shirt, take it off. And then she does it right there.
Well, I don't know.
Amazing.
Apparently, John can say whatever the fuck he wants, and a girl will be like, "I like this guy."
I'm funny.
I'm just saying.
What did you say? Let's break these boundaries, or what? Like,
no, I didn't say that. What were you
okay.
about to say, Nicole?
Nothing.
Stand up for your right, Nicole, to party.
Stand up, Nicole.
No, I'm just,
Come back at me. I called you a prude. Let's hear it.
No, as a female, none of your guys' pickup lines.
I don't
would
actually
work.
say
I was
things, though. I
purposely
would
telling
never-
you bad advice.
I would never say that lipstick thing ever to any human being ever.
The better thing would be
That's
to,
something I would say once I'm in like a 3-year relationship and I'm being
Yeah.
funny.
the better thing would to just make fun of her shirt and that's it. But
That's true,
but
Nicole.
gently.
I think I want to ask a girl's opinion on something
Oh,
like
Andrew
this.
was very rude to me when we first met.
What did he say? Okay, I want to know.
Oh,
He
I'll
always
tell you
called
off
me-
camera.
No, she's gonna go into it.
Off
Okay,
camera.
Nicole, please
Nicole
tell
wants to
I'll
make you
say
look
it
like an
off
asshole.
air.
Not off camera.
I think you've
No,
already
it
said it
ended
on
up
camera.
being cute.
what happened.
No, I'll tell you guys later.
And he was that rude. She doesn't want to say it on camera. I know the story. It's fucked.
It's not that
Do you know
fucked.
the story?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Really?
Let's just say I don't know how.
How did this happen?
I don't know how this all happens.
Honestly, I don't either.
Be
The first
fun.
few things I said to Nicole ever is weird as hell.
Yeah,
Something about showering with his dad. I know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he.
I don't know.
Alex, just go tell a girl you shower with your dad.
No, but I really don't get it. I don't really
told
get.
some kid I
Maybe
work
I
with
really
that
don't know how
advice.
to like talk to girls or date or in general because I don't
It's
because to
just
me like
Have you ever
why would you say something weird to someone that you're trying to hit on?
Alex,
This is the
have
thing,
you
though,
ever
it's the
considered talking to them
situations.
like a normal
Like you would talk
like
to
your
me.
friend?
That's what you're supposed to do. You wouldn't come to me and be like, John, you're beautiful. And
Actually,
I think you should be treated like that. He
He
does.
does,
When he's all
and it's
sappy, yeah.
weird.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
the situations too. So like when Andrew like made that joke, my sister and I were arguing because I couldn't shower because she was in the shower where we went to work.
Oh.
And so it just was like situational where he was taking like a bad situation and made it funny, and like I like humor, so for me it worked. But a girl that doesn't.
I like humor.
Well, and that's the thing. You want to get somebody who's in line with what you find.
If they don't get
funny.
your humor, you don't want them.
Yeah, it's
Because they're
not,
gonna be making weird jokes like you do, and they're,
and they're gonna be like,
"What
"The fuck is
What are you
wrong
trying
with
to
you?"
say? Am I
Like-
just not funny then? I guess. Fuck.
What? Nobody
no
said
one
that.
said that.
Oh, okay.
It's just
I'll
that
agree,
we-
but I didn't say it. Andrew covered his. I love when Andrew covers his mouth. That's how you know I'm doing good.
What we're saying
I
though
love that I have good humor.
is you have to tend to your audience.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of know the type of person that you're talking to, or you have to feel out if they're the type of person that's gonna fit well with you. Like
Andrew's still
obviously
laughing.
Andrew's saying that. Like if I was a different type of person, I would be like, that guy's fucking weird.
That guy showers with his
You
dad.
guys literally fucked
but
with
that's the thing
that.
though. This is when you guys first met. So how would he know what kind of person you are?
That's how you find
He's
out.
testing
how
it
it's
to find
Show who
out.
you are.
Feel
Like-
Well,
the
usually the
water.
first impression you can fucking ruin the whole thing, can't you?
Yeah, then you know, oh, that
that's
wasn't-
the
That
point.
wasn't the one.
If that person doesn't like your humor, that person doesn't
She ain't the one, dog.
vibe with what you're saying, then
If you can't be yourself, what's the fucking
Maybe a
point?
Yeah.
sneaky link at best.
like Andrew doesn't bat an eye when I say weird shit.
Exactly at all. I just go into it.
I fucking batted like several eyes to that. Like,
I know we
hereditary.
wouldn't vibe.
Well, I don't. Now I know you, and it's just like I think that's kind of funny, but also kind of scary at the same time. But it's like
I think you're scary.
I think you are scary, but it's like we're good friends. And
Honestly,
I'm not scary.
The thing I can say, the best advice I can give you for trying to find someone is be real with anybody, and the person who clicks with you best is
Alex
probably
does
good.
this thing where he reads them before they try to read him, and then he
Don't do that.
projects what he thinks they would
Mhm.
like.
Don't do
No,
that.
you gotta be yourself. Find out who you really are, and be that
Because, like,
person.
What happens if you
What?
actually do start dating? You
I
just
know.
have to be this fake person for the rest of your life.
Well, no, I don't want to. That's the thing. I used to do that because that's why I did online dating a lot. Was because
How did we get here? this is not my house. This is not my automobile.
Should we just go back to Ghostbusters?
Probably, right?
Yeah.
I want a Ghostbusters car.
I love those cars, by the way.
It's a hearse, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Cadillac.
I think out
Yeah.
of all like movie vehicles, I think the Ghostbusters one is my
When
favorite.
they were driving to the mining place the first time and I heard that thing, there was a point where I leaned over to Andrew and said, I have goosebumps everywhere, including my dick. And he did that.
I did too, though. That sound does just like.
Can you get goosebumps on your dick?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
genital warts, Nicole. What do you mean?
Oh.
That's what I was telling Andrew. I
You
had.
contracted an STI. That's how
That's how
excited he
dope
was.
this movie was. It fucked me up. I gotta go to the doctor tomorrow to get cleaned out from all my plasma, ectoplasma in my fucking urethra. Andrew,
I'm
you
gonna be
good?
sick.
Well, you never get no ectoplasm down in that shaft, dog?
No, dog. You keep them ghosts out of there.
You
You
never
know.
get rod down by a slimer?
Nah, I'm good.
Man, fuck. Shit.
Is there any other points you
Fuck
guys want to
shit.
talk about?
Well, we were talking about Easter eggs before Alex went on a tangent about his love life failures.
Oh yeah.
Wait, how did
That's
we?
what you were talking about.
How did we get there?
I
Who knows?
How
Because
you-
that
you
girl, well, you guys said the girl just flirting, and then we went
Oh,
on from
yeah.
there.
I don't want to talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
this anymore.
No, we're talking about Easter eggs. What are the other ones?
I don't know.
Do you remember the eyeball that came out of the building when they were running through?
Is that a reference?
Yeah, a toy from the real Ghostbusters.
I
That was a
had
toy
no-
that had like an eyeball with a string that you could get back into the socket.
I had no idea. That's cool.
Yeah. There's-
What are some other? So they made Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Is there any other Ghostbusters they came out with? That,
the real Ghostbusters, Extreme Ghostbusters, and Answer the Call.
Okay.
Is Answer the Call the one with the girls?
Yep. Yeah, it is.
That's a great one.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it is a movie.
That one's not canon though, right?
I think it's a different universe because even in that movie, most of the original Ghostbusters make an appearance, but they're not who they are. Like, I think Dan Aykroyd is a cab driver, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a different universe.
I've never seen it.
Did we talk about the guy who that was kind of strange. They talked a little bit about like the person who built the town, and then he actually is still alive. But we did mention that he got ripped in half like immediately after. I thought he was gonna have a bigger plot, but I guess not.
I like that he didn't, to be
He's
honest.
like,
That's funny.
we're gonna rule the world together, and then she just fucking decimates him.
Everything about this movie, like when Gozer came up, I was thinking like to my head, hopefully the originals show up, and if they do, for the entire movie, I'm like, Gozer's gonna say, "Are you a god?" And they're gonna have a different like. They're
Wasn't
It was like,
it confirmed
Ray,
before?
Ray, calm down. Yeah, it was. It was confirmed that they were all in it.
Yeah.
Everyone besides Rick Moranis, because he doesn't act anymore.
Right.
Oh, he's done. Like he retired. He's just like
He retired in the 90s because his wife died, so he retired acting to take care of his kids.
Was Rick Moranis wasn't in it, was he?
Not this one, no.
Oh,
He was in the
yeah.
first one.
Right.
He's the dad from, if you don't remember, the dad from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Right. Man, that's kind of sad. His wife died.
He was in a commercial recently that everyone was super pumped about with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh fuck yeah.
He was in Little Shop of Horrors. I like Rick Moranis. He's dope.
Yeah, he's cool. But it's Alanis Morissette could make a song about his situation. He made 2 movies about his whole family and being weird, and then tragic death in his. You know,
I'm giving you the look.
I get it. It's just
It's ironic.
it's like rain on your wedding day.
It rained on your wedding day.
It did rain on our wedding day.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's supposed to be good luck, but I was.
It rained on my parents'
pissed.
wedding day.
We were gonna have the ceremony outside, but then I had to move it indoors.
My decision, of course.
Yeah, John made the
Oh,
I
call.
showed up. I was like, nuh-uh.
It's gonna mess up John's hair. We
Yeah.
we had to move it inside.
Literally everyone's decision except for mine.
Hey,
I was just like,
come
whatever.
on, last minute. You knew we couldn't do it when we went out there.
Yeah.
Should have just done it in the rain. Fuck it.
We took pictures,
They
and
did
even
later
that.
that night.
Oh, nice.
No, we didn't. Nicole passed out drunk. It was
Puked,
sick.
right?
Yeah.
I remember, I think you were still drunk. You're like, Nicole puked. I was like, oh, sick, man. And you're like, no, like, she's sick. And I was like, dope. And I just kept fucking with you.
But I did throw up in the toilet because I was laying on the bed and I was like, how do I make the room stop spinning?
Yeah,
It's
you told
making
me
me
that.
want to throw up. And Andrew was like, you don't. You just throw up.
Someone clogged up your toilet really bad in your wedding, though. I was like,
There's a saying I'm not gonna say
You-
on the internet, but I'll explain it, and you'll all know what I'm saying. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray didn't age too well. Ernie Hudson
said
doesn't
that.
look like he aged a fucking day since 1984.
Oh, yeah.
He
hell
looks
yeah.
fucking
It
good.
looks great.
Have you ever watched Grace and Frankie?
Yeah.
He's in that. Remember, he's like one of the characters that I don't remember which one like hooks around with in the first few couple seasons.
I kind of remember.
He looked like he was like a strapping 40-year-old man in that show. Like, and he's like almost, I think he's in his 70s. They all are.
Yeah, that's true. Dude,
Him in that suit at that end credit scene. Damn, Ernie.
Even, okay, so even like
Ernie's about to make me Bert.
even other people's voices were like kind of crackly and like, hey, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Where his voice was like,
Like-
I'm proud, I'm ready, let's do this shit, boys.
We
So, it
watched
was
a
dope.
movie recently that had a pretty funny joke about that.
What movie was it?
It was called Old.
Oh, yeah, I
So
know
that
what
one
we're
where
talking
they
about.
all go to the island and
Yeah, yeah.
age really quick. So when they like discovered that they're all aging really quick, there was two. You can cut this if I can't say it. There's two black people on the island,
Yeah.
and like so they were talking about how they're all aging really quick, and they like the guy whispers to the black girl, he's like, "Now they wish they were black." I thought it was pretty funny.
That is
They were on. I usually watch Jimmy Fallon because he seems like a puppet these days. But
Yeah,
all the
I agree.
Ghostbusters were on, and they were talking about they were like how. Yeah, we don't remember the packs being that heavy and being so sore after doing all this stupid shit they made us do. He's like, they kept making us get on the ground and get back up. Like, we're in our 70s.
They even said in the movie, like, I don't remember this hurting so much.
And then Winston's like, I fucking do. He doesn't say fucking, but he's like, I do.
Yeah.
well, they mentioned that like those packs, like the metal, like the
That was in the video you were watching.
they are
when
like
you-
they're
before you
30 like they're
started.
like 30 pounds, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it is when you're like lugging that thing and
On
like,
your back though, that's
Yeah,
not
it
too
is
bad.
quite a bit.
Running around, though.
like how heavy would you say our backpacks were when we were like in like
I didn't carry shit but drugs. I'm just kidding. I
That's a
don't,
good point, dude. I know. I don't think you ever had 30 pounds of drugs in high
you
school.
don't know me, dog.
I know you didn't.
Like 30 pounds.
I don't
is
think
quite
you've
a
ever
bit,
seen
but
30 pounds of drugs.
I definitely have. I'll tell you some stories that will fucking rock you to the core after this podcast.
All right.
I love that scene where she's like, how did you make a proton accelerator just to fit in your backpack? And the lamp just goes to like all his diplomas.
Yeah, yeah. When she's like, "How'd you make it so small?" and it's like, "Oh, you're a genius," because he's being all like sweet, helping her out, and then he's like, "Nah, bitch, I'm real smart."
Well, hold up. Let me flex.
How I love that like he was just like he could just move that lamp like it's just
It seemed like just that. I know he could have done everything, but it's like this lamp's me now.
Yeah, I got that impression too. She was even like looking at the lamp and talking to it and
Yeah.
stuff. It's funny.
I thought to myself like why did he hit that chess piece so hard like it's
It's
like,
like, boom,
yeah.
bitch.
But I understand now he was trying to point out that I have this like detector that I want you to look at like
Yeah.
Well, no, I think it also was kind of like they were still alluding to if it was him or not. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
showing that there was a ghost there, but you didn't know yet if it was him or if it was a bad ghost.
That's a good point.
Where was the funeral?
There was no
wasn't one.
funeral.
That's what I mean.
Wasn't one.
No one
Yeah.
liked it.
everyone was like dirt
Nobody
farm,
knew him.
dirt
I was
farm.
almost expecting because there wasn't a funeral that he'd still be in the chair when they got there.
Yeah, me too. I was
Me
like,
too.
oh shit, they're gonna walk into a body right
Yeah.
now. But that wasn't the time they walked into the body.
Even the way they came out of the couch was the same way in the original one that
Do
it
you
came
think
out of the
him-
couch for Sigourney Weaver.
Do you think
Yeah.
him and the nerdy secretary did it?
That was hinted at in all the
Obviously.
movies and in the cartoons.
Good on them.
Good on him.
Yeah.
What was the noise I made? I remember no one knew who she was when she came on, and I was just like, and Andrew and Alex both looked at me, and they're like, "What?" I was like, "Oh,
I was like, holy shit.
I
you
knew
just-
who she was just because of Zombieland.
yeah."
She was in Zombieland?
No,
Yeah.
she wasn't. But Emma Stone is like dressed up as her, and she's like, "Oh no, they're on the ceiling."
Oh,
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Zombieland?
The first Zombieland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the first one. I remember her.
When they go to Bill
when they
Murray's
reenact
house.
the movies.
When they go to Bill Murray's house.
Oh, I thought you were still. Yeah, okay, now I remember.
Yeah.
Zombieland? I love that movie.
Never seen.
I never
either.
saw this. I never saw the sequel.
pretty
Wait,
good.
what?
I've never seen it either.
No, he wasn't you. Never mind.
How did you just say the scene then?
Because I've seen that scene.
Oh.
It is pretty good.
What'd you think of the sequel?
Andy
I never saw
Samberg
the
is
They're
in
both
it,
really
right?
good.
Yeah.
I always confuse Zombieland with Adventureland for some reason.
It's basically the same movie. One that has
Zombieland, I think you
zombies,
definitely like because it has like that whole like it's like he's like like remember in Spider-Man Homecoming where it's just like it's almost like a high schooler was making his own like video about like how to survive in the zombie apocalypse or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't give a damn about my reputation. Rule number one, double tap. Always make sure the zombie's dead for sure or whatever. And then it's always like rule number two, don't be fat. Fat people don't survive
I
very
think
long.
that's a different movie.
Zombie.
No, that's
That's Zombieland.
It
Zombieland.
happened in a different movie too.
It's well, that's what I mean. It's like that cliche
better
of like how they like narrate like
No, I
how
know what
they-
you're talking
I
about.
think you're thinking of Warm Bodies.
Maybe.
I've never seen that.
I like warm bodies.
Okay.
Better than
The
cold
movie.
ones.
I like still warm bodies. There you go. Is that creepy enough for you guys?
I like barely
I
one.
love-
Any other points?
I loved every single special effects. I love the sound effects of the
The
proton.
score, the soundtrack.
I love the ending, how he captured like all those traps opened up and captured literally the entire storm of ghosts and split up
I love
Gozars.
how, like, because you think he's not the smartest character of the whole movie, Trevor. Like the brother.
Yeah. But
And then, nothing's working. He's like, oh, fuck, I'm just going to shoot this proton pack at those
I'm a
fucking
little-
generators.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean, I
pretty
get it.
smart.
They have to make it work somehow, but like I'm thinking logically, like she like liquefied that metal like thing that hold all those bottles to like shoot them as target practice. Why didn't his gun just liquefy that generator like it did with
He
anything?
hit the wires.
Yeah.
It would have
Yeah,
liquefied
it
the wire.
charged her.
It didn't liquefy anything, Alex, in the movie.
The beam.
She just caught it on fire.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Again, it's like a great movie, and I like how like he powered it up. It's like turn it on, mom. He's like okay, and then like just sucks up everything. The beams are like it's kind of weird. Like they're obviously like beams, but then like whenever they touch a ghost, it's almost like they're treating it like rope or something like that.
I don't think we've ever seen that besides in this movie with Gozer.
No, I thought they.
That's how it worked
that.
in the
Gozer like
first movie,
grabbed
too.
onto it.
That's how it was in the first movie. They all
Yeah.
grab them together.
No, when Gozer was grabbing the streams in this
Oh.
movie.
She like
yeah,
grabbed it like it was
yeah.
rope.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think anybody else was strong enough to do
Well,
that.
Gozer was the villain in the first movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
now
Gozer was-
she's stronger
I've
because she
slept.
has more souls.
That's another thing
True.
too. In the
Yeah.
first movie, Gozer was like, she says, "Are you
Or-
a god?" Or
Sorry,
they-
not she. They.
Are you a
yeah.
goon?
Yeah,
to a
they was
goblin?
they. Oh my god. They were like, "Are you a god?" Yeah, zaps them, and then like they're like, "All right, let's fry this bitch," and then they both like cross the streams, and then they disappear, and then the Stave Puff comes out, and it's just like that's it for Gozer. You don't really see Gozer ever again.
No,
No,
they get her.
I don't see them get her. They.
Who?
In the first movie.
Oh, that's weird.
But that fucking setup, that little booby trap that Egon set up was dope.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about when we were talking about one being broken. We didn't talk about it in the fucking. What would you call that? The mine area, but what would you call that? What where the sacrificial pit was and shit.
Oh, they
It's
called it the.
Basically,
it's just a sacrificing ritual
like a
room.
No, I know
Tomb.
that. Yeah, tomb.
Oh, tomb. That's what it is. Yeah.
Because like, they don't tell you anything, and then you see these fucking like in Hercules, all these souls floating around, about to float up,
Yeah.
and then you just see the proton packs, and I'm like, oh, the original Ghostbusters are already here, and then I got goosebumps, and I was like, oh, he
Set
like
the-
every earthquake every day in this city is that him saving the whole city and the whole world.
I was like, this fucking guy's a G. Like, holy shit. Like, he took all that. Again, why didn't he tell anybody? Like, did he?
He did.
Oh, yeah,
All the
They
ghosts were like, yeah, he was fucking nuts. Started telling me all this
Why
shit.
would his
He's
own
crazy,
crewmate,
yeah.
his own Ghostbusters crew, be like, "You're crazy, man"? Like, they both saved the world twice.
because he was saying like, oh yeah, this is apocalypse shit. This is fucking crazy. Nah, the end of the world. Blah 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 blah
See,
blah.
well,
That's
blah.
what they said about Gozer the first time. Though. I
Yeah,
don't know
the
why they
first
wouldn't
one was
believe
like the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing. They
guys.
called it the Revelation, like exactly word for word.
Maybe because they thought they already got Gozer and it was
You
done.
just thought you're
Yeah.
crazy.
But
Oh, but still, like Nicole's like, you could call someone.
What did
like,
he say?
technically, they did still have Gozer trapped
Yeah. Wait.
A half
because
of
the
half
kids
of Gozer.
the
he
kids
had it.
let her. They let her.
That was one of the
then-
dogs, or was that Gozer?
That was a dog. Well, the dogs
It's part
are.
of Gozer, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what
but,
did what did Dan Aykroyd say when he's like he called me 10 years later? What did he say when he called him 10 years later?
Oh,
Like after he stole everything and left to Oklahoma?
He was telling him all about this.
yeah. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
saying
That's when
he
he
was
was-
saying
Yeah.
and he was saying he was staying at Summersville or Summersville is the place.
Yeah, because before he left, he told them about what he thought was happening and everything, and then he went there and
Yeah, 10
kept
years.
talking about it.
He said that like I used to hear
won't
I used
shut
to hear
up
from him
about
like
it, you
10, 10 times a week. Now I'm lucky to hear him once a week, and now it's just last time I heard from him was 10 years ago, and he said something about him being in Somersville.
I love the whole town's just like, oh, fucking dirty old dirt farmer. Oh, your grandpa's a fucking dirt farmer. And then even the cop, it's like, when Phoebe gets a little mouthy with the cop's like, fucking dirt farmer's granddaughter. Get a load of the dirt kid.
Jesus.
Dirt people, eh?
I feel bad for the mom. She has like no money. She got evicted. They live in this house and it's like worth nothing. And it's just like then she has to deal with this property damage.
That house is dope. Like, I love that house. When they released what the house looked like, it was my screensaver for like 2 months. When this movie was supposed to come out the first time. I want to get one of the posters. They have the posters of the original release date on it, and it's wrong. So I want that one.
That's sick. You should get that, dude. You buy it
How
up
much
right
is
now.
that?
I don't know, I haven't looked
In this
into it yet.
economy, fucking $8 million.
Well, it's gonna be a collector's item now.
Yeah.
Cats are killing me,
I
buddy.
wonder how much the house that the Halloween house, the Michael Myers house is worth. Like who owns that again, by the way?
$4.50. $4.50.
It's not bad, man.
Should buy it.
10 rupees.
Well, on that note, do we have anything else we want to say about the movie?
You gotta rate it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, before that, does
No.
anyone else have anything they want to talk about?
We usually say on that note when we're ending it. Alex. Just kidding.
This is your first time?
You ever
What do
been
you guys
here
want to
before?
rate it out of?
Did you ever watch the podcast?
How many tears Alex cried? I definitely didn't.
You almost did.
I
Twice.
cried, Andrew. I cried.
You actually had tears coming down?
No, but my eyes were...
How many
Welling-
munchers?
Welling up.
How many metal munchers out of 10 do you give this movie?
I want a Muncher toy.
Oh, I had a thought. Do you think Muncher might be an evolved form of?
We're not getting into Mega Evolutions and Ghostbusters. No Pokemon
How
here.
many?
No, I'm just
mini
saying like
jets
because
Spawn.
do you give it?
Mini
Yeah,
Stay
maybe
Puffs. Yeah, I
a
kinda
s-
like
Stay
that one.
Puffs. Sorry.
are you listening to what I'm saying here?
No
or
one
are you
give
just
a
cutting me
fuck.
off? Thanks, guys. That's fucking sick. Yours is sick. That's
I'm
fucking
listening,
cool.
but John said we weren't talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was talking to Andrew about it.
Yeah. So what do you like?
Sorry.
So my theory is though, like Slimer, you talked about him. They had him as like a promotional item, but he wasn't in the movie. What if Muncher is Slimer, but because he's been left alone and nobody's like hanging out with him and he's not socializing anymore, he's like reverted and
He grew some arms and now he's blue.
doesn't he have arms? I thought he
He
did.
had
Yeah,
a normal
two.
set.
Mhm.
Muncher has like 6.
This guy,
doesn't he, or
Muncher, was like a
4?
freaking caterpillar, it looked
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
When
I
the zoom ins on Muncher is like what I picture Homer Simpson looks like in real life, not in animation.
What was Slimer supposed to be a likeness of?
John Belushi. Because John Belushi was supposed to be in the original Ghostbusters movie, but he OD'd. And they made Slimer a glutton because that's John Belushi's character in Animal House.
Ah, perfect. That's perfect. Like, just
What
the
a-
way to remember
in
someone.
the movie, it was his character in Animal House.
Oh.
What a
I love that. I
tribute.
love the story where like he made that like on the last minute. He's like, looks nothing like him, and they show it, and they're like, this looks perfect. It looks exactly like him.
Did you ever watch the story? Was the story of the guy who made that the original Slimer?
No, what happened?
He just did his own thing. They told him to do something. He's like, that doesn't look. I don't, because he's like, I made like a green John Belushi, and like I didn't think that you can't just have a green John Belushi flying around as a fucking ghost.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
You can't just steal that guy's likeness.
Did you like the little cock tease we got when he first went to the shed? His phone died.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
When he got his flashlight out to look at the car, and you just see the Ghostbusters logo for like a second. His
Oh,
phone dies.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
"You
Well,
I love that.
that's another thing that pissed me off. Ghostbusters is a thing in their universe. They saved New York twice, and everyone's
They
like,
did that in Extreme Ghostbusters too.
and they're like, who the hell are the Ghostbusters?
Yeah, but like they said, she was like, that was 20 years before we were even born.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's a recorded proof that ghosts actually
but
existed.
It's-
though.
Yeah, but that's not something that they would.
It's
put in
the same as
history
the Gen
textbooks.
X not knowing half the songs we know.
Yeah.
It's like when Gen X thought it was cool that Post collabed with Ozzy.
And they're like,
They
oh
didn't know
wow.
who Ozzy was.
He's giving this guy a chance.
Yeah, they
Yeah, Gen
literally
Z,
were
not Gen
tweeting
X.
saying
Yeah,
that.
Gen Z, sorry, Gen Z.
But they did that in Extreme Ghostbusters as well. Like the beginning, it's like everyone's like, "Oh, the Ghostbusters are phonies. They didn't do anything. That never happened." And so Egon's a fucking college professor and starts his own fucking
That's so dumb.
Ghostbusters with young
I
kids.
hate when like heroes save the world and then like it's like okay we have to make a sequel
Like
but we
when
can't.
Falcon couldn't get a fucking loan at the bank in that show.
I can't stand this. Actually, happens most often in like cartoons where it's like, in the like heroes that accomplish so much and they gain like so much reputation and like like power and experience, but then whenever they make a sequel, they're like, okay, well like, he's really strong. We gotta like nerf him or whatever or something like that. Like it's just I don't want to talk about like anime stuff like that. It's just, but again, it's like the same thing where like the Ghostbusters they should be well known and they should be celebrities, but because like it's not like cool to have celebrities or famous people in the show, we gotta like nerf them and make them seem like crazy people or something like that.
Alex, who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
It's facts.
She did.
I wonder if you.
Did I tell you that? I don't remember if I said it in the car or even at the beginning of this, but the phone that Dan Aykroyd has that story owns is this phone that they have.
I was gonna say.
Headquarters.
I wonder if anyone like. Can you actually call that number? Like, is that like a number that like?
No 555 numbers are real.
551 numbers are fake. They're made for movies and shows.
Oh, okay.
So, Nicole Munchers, how many munchies you give this Muncher film?
She wanted the Stay Puff Marshmallow Bin.
Oh my goodness! How many little Stay Puff fellas do you give this movie?
And the blenders, little blenders. Stay.
How many
Puff.
blended up Stay Puffs? Stay Puff.
They didn't die. It's not brutal. You can see one smiling as she's
No,
smeared.
they come back together.
I thought the one that like got curled up on the graham cracker and then they were melting the chocolate on top of
Yeah.
it. It was like
Yeah.
going to sleep like it was a blanket. But that was the cutest fucking
I
thing.
like the one that
ever.
was murdering his two buddies on the barbecue.
Yeah, that guy was cool. He just stabs them both with a fucking.
Well, they're
like
they're already dead. They don't feel pain, so like fuck it.
I would give it an 8.
Okay.
I don't know about you. Andrew?
Alex, did you rate it yet?
No, it's just Nicole. You.
Why me?
You're next. Husband and
fine.
wife go together.
Nicole, you gave it an 8. Honestly, I want to give it a 10 because honestly, of movies I've seen lately, this has probably been the best one, and it's probably been the best one I've seen in like probably a good few years. So, solid 10.
Honestly, I'm like the
Oh, you're
same.
next.
I'm on the same boat with like Andrew.
How big's the boat?
It's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because of how movies lately haven't had the same impact as like they used to. Like, you're not gonna have a movie like Endgame coming out anytime soon that's gonna make you actually have all these
Bro,
like.
Spider-Man in a month.
The only thing that I can't like,
Yeah, I can't wait.
Spider-Verse. Yes, well,
That could bring X-Men, could bring Fantastic Four. It brings in the Sony universe. Off topic? Did you see the end credit scene, the Venom 2?
no.
It's literally.
Wait, you saw that movie?
No, I watched the end credit scene because
Oh.
I didn't watch it. It's literally him going to the actual MCU, and he wakes up or doesn't wake up. He just is like, "What the fuck?" And Peter Parker, Tom Holland's on the TV, and Venom licks the TV. So he's in the MCU.
Oh my god.
So this Spider-Man could now it's Sony universe, Fox universe, blah 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 blah. We get it, bud.
Oh my god. So yeah, again, like this, I'm really excited for this Spider-Man movie. Can't wait for this one. But I'm saying like the last movie that I was like giving it like 11 out of 10 rating was probably In the Spider-Verse. That movie I fucking loved. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
But definitely like this one was just like, it's hard to hear like watch a sequel of a movie. Not a sequel. Well, it is a sequel.
So you're giving this an 11 out of 10.
I have to give it 11 out of 10. I loved everything about this movie. It had amazing pacing, perfect pacing. Score was great. There was not a single cast member that I didn't like that was too much, but they were all funny. They all had their moments, and it was perfect. Yeah. They're all
Clean
great.
up an aisle, Alex.
I'd clean up that aisle.
Please do.
And you, John?
What about me? Oh,
Rate that movie, boy.
this is the best movie I've seen in at least 5 years.
Endgame was like less than that.
I said what I said.
What's the last? What's
What
the
happened
next?
5 years ago? What was
I was just kidding. I was probably gonna say Endgame or the last
Oh.
Spider-Man.
because
It
I know
made
for
me
a
feel.
fact.
I don't know, man. I feel like this movie did more for me.
Yeah, you.
Because like
literally
Endgame,
just
yeah, cool, but like I got goosebumps at the end. This movie, I had them throughout the whole fucking thing.
on your dick.
On the tip.
It was constant.
tip.
There was not a moment that I was just like, I'll just
Literally, the movie started, I was just smiling, and then Andrew said my mouth was open, and then I would make noises once in a while. I'd throw my hands up in good ways.
But it was like, the noises you were making were like inaudible, like caveman noises. You're like,
I think 100% when the girl came up to the door, the secretary. I loved. Yeah,
I literally the noise I made when she. No, when she came, I was like. But yeah, solid 20 out of 10 for me, dog.
Oh, you had to just dump everybody else.
I opened that bag of Stay Puffs, dumped them out, counted them. There's 20. That's what I'm giving this movie.
Jesus Christ!
I think this
buddy.
might be the best movie. It's opening weekend. John had a good time. I'm in the hype still of it right now. 20 out of 10. Best movie I've seen. Probably my life right now.
I want everyone who's watching this right now. Screw any other like ratings.
Yeah, don't listen to reviews. You looked at some ratings.
Don't-
They're like good ratings, but like they're pretty like mediocre from
The
what we
only
saw.
one that gave him a good rating was IMDb. They gave him a 7.8.
Which
I think
I don't think that's
criminal.
fair.
Yeah.
No, I said I don't think that's fair.
Oh, you don't think that's fair?
And
Okay.
I heard people on like forums I'm on or Facebook pages saying this is on par with the sequel to Ghostbusters, like 2.
Two?
And I was like, nah, dog, this is way better than 2. This is
Okay.
maybe better than 1.
I think this is. I have to go as far as to say this is probably better than the first Ghostbusters.
It's either on par. I'm gonna say it's on par, so I don't get no
I think
hissy
it's-
fits thrown.
I think
at
it's
me.
better. 100%. I would probably watch this movie more than the
Okay.
first one.
But I also
Here's some stats. IMDb gave it a 7.8, as Alex said.
yep.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 61%, but that's
Is that
the
critic?
that's the critic review.
That's horseshit.
Metacritic, 47. I don't know what the fuck they were
What
watching.
did audience give on Rotten?
91.
Rotten Tomatoes. So Google audience reviews, they gave it 93, and Rotten Tomatoes audience gave it 96%.
Yep.
Solid.
Critics.
Honestly-
why do critics like have to be
Because
like?
Chris like this is just another sequel to an old movie to get to the nostalgia. It works.
But
It works.
honestly, this one, they hit it and they got it.
I get it with
They had
like,
all the right people, and they did
I don't know
it
because
right.
like I look back on all the other.
Jurassic Park was like kind of like one of those.
I'm just
movies.
looking back at all like the other like let's bring this back. Star Wars shitty. Jurassic Park I fell asleep during Jurassic.
The first
World.
one was okay. Second one, fuck the second one.
Like Harry Potter hasn't even been done for a bit. Okay, Fantastic Beasts not good.
Fantastic Beasts was really good.
I liked it.
Never seen it. I just assumed.
It's good. It has a
It's not
decent
even
rating
like a
too.
Harry Potter remake. Like it's its own story. It just has the same like.
Yeah, it's just got young dummy.
RoboCop,
That movie sucked. The Total Recall new one sucked.
new Terminator movies.
All suck after 2.
2 was really good. I love this. I think that's the. I think everyone thinks that. I think everyone agrees that second movie is the best one.
Well,
of all
yeah,
of them.
because you got to picture yourself in
Hey.
1992. You see the Terminator movie.
The first Fantastic Beast got 7.3 on IMDb, 74% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 82% on Just Watch, whatever that is.
Yeah, okay, fuck me, I guess.
And then 84% of Google users liked it, so it's a pretty good movie.
yeah, they're probably all basic ass.
No, I liked
It
it.
just has the same creatures. Like it's in the same universe and everything, but it's not the same story. Like
It's a completely
Voldemort's not
different
even in
story.
it.
Yeah,
Who would they not name then?
no one.
Everyone's named in that movie.
You're not. I am weirdly. Nicole is Alex. They named him 3 times.
What's the other 2 names?
Otso, and then Alexander.
Is this true?
What are we talking about? I thought we were talking about the Mysterious Beast or whatever that movie is.
Yeah, you're named in
Yeah,
it
we're
3
talking about you.
times.
That's you. The
What?
mysterious beast from
Oh.
Serbia.
No, that's not what we're
That's not what we
saying.
were saying. I said that.
Alex, John always makes. Sorry, I meant to say John. John, you always make everything a joke about Alex, and
'Cause
you know
that's
what?
How I think.
It's not fair. You know, poor Alex here.
He's gonna suck your dick later. Now, you happy?
I just like having a second opinions that
No, I don't.
they make me happy. 'Cause
That's not what I thought Alex was gonna say.
What did you think he was gonna say?
That's what I think he was gonna say. I just like sucking dick.
I just like sucking dick because it makes me happy.
Oh,
Yes.
they're going to the mine the next time. Spinners is now Sinners, dog.
Right.
The restaurant. Did you notice that?
Mhm.
Did you?
what?
The restaurant light went out when the ghost came and all shit was going down. They drive by that restaurant that they worked at.
Mhm.
It's called Spinners. The P light is the only light that's gone. Now it says Sinners.
It's funny because
is that like a reference to
To Sinners.
the
what's
people
Sinners?
sinning.
People that are sinners. I don't know.
Oh,
Remember, because it's the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Remember, and she's like, they are God.
If anything like the apocalypse were to happen, who do you think wasn't? Who do you think isn't a
If the
sinner?
world
Who
was
do you think is
ending,
like a
you'd come over, right?
maybe? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Do a podcast.
Everyone has sinned.
Not this guy.
Yeah, you have.
I sinned this morning, dog. I'm just kidding. I wasn't gonna wake up early enough for that.
I'm definitely. I think the
Sinner right
sin I commit the most is just laziness. I take
There's a
way-
few.
Mm.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ghostbusters Afterlife, the best movie ever created by humans. Fuck Citizen Kane.